there's a few different ways you can do that. One is you can just shoot reference. You don't necessarily need to thumbnail your ideas. So you can just do some quick reference, cut it together to show kind of the basic concept there. You don't have to sell this, and especially like when you're in a studio environment, they're not going to expect you to storyboard and draw out your entire animation so that everyone can visualize it perfectly. As long as you sell the idea and the concept, that's really the most important thing. So if you can't draw, shooting reference is just fine. Even just finding reference online of, okay, here's an axe swing, cut into some backflips. There you go. You cut that together. Even if it's not exactly what you're going to animate, it gets the idea across. And Junlich, thank you so much for the... I butchered that name. Thank you so much. And Blaze, thank you so much for the gift. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate that. Right off the bat. So that's one way of doing it. The other way you can do it is you can use simplified drawing. So this is what I would do when I started animation, because I could not draw at all. And there we go. Get my tablet working here. So instead of having to draw, for example, I'm going to do this super roughly, a full character. And what's happening with those legs? There we go. Full character and having to draw all the details and everything. This character has really long arms. All of this stuff right through here, just to show an idea. We don't need to do that. Really, the simplest drawings are usually the best. Now, what you don't want is drawings where it's a stick figure. So like this. The problem with stick figure drawings is it's missing a lot of crucial information, specifically the hips and the shoulders. There's no width to them. They're just a dot right there. That's just a dot. So we're missing the angle of the shoulders and the twist and all of these extra little details in there. So this we don't usually want, but we can use a simplified version. So if you were to draw your stick figures and jeez, thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Jeez, 5 gifts. We're going to be hearing this song, which I am very happy for. I love this song. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So I love this song. So as we're drawing our characters, instead of using the stick figure, there's a few different variations to this we can use. You can draw a stick figure like this, where you're just thinking of the shoulders. Wow, that arm went in the wrong direction there. And once again, my tablet is acting weird today. It doesn't want to draw sometimes. So you could draw something like this, where even this, it gives you those angles for the hips and the shoulders. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this type of drawing because I feel like it's a little too blocky, or not blocky really, but it's just a lot of different lines, which aren't super appealing to me. It also misses out on a core concept that I really like to put into my planning, which is straights versus curves. So if you think of, for example, the body, usually the body is kind of a bean shape, and you're going to have a straight versus a curve, or a straight versus a bend, like so in the body. And by drawing just this stick, we don't really get that. So instead, what I use, and this is what I used when I was in Animation Mentor when I first started, was keyhole drawings. So imagine like a keyhole. If you imagine like the old, you see these in old Disney films and whatnot, like the skeleton key kind of hole like that. So that shape, that's what we're doing. So the body is just this kind of little wedge shape right there. Draw the head over top. There's our keyhole. And then you add your legs and your arms right there. And that's really all you need. So this kind of little block with a head on top. And then you can add little hands or feet on top of that. But that's really all we need. And from there, we can very easily get the angle of the hips and the shoulders in there. Get those straights versus curves, and we can get our poses right through like that. So you don't really need very complex drawings. Something as simple as that is all you need. Now, as you get more experience, you want to kind of push that a little further. Honestly, the next step that I would apply to this is just thinking of the twist of the body. So this would be now taking this concept here and trying to think of where the center line of the hips and the chest would be. So this way, as the character is coming through here, you can start to see the twist of the body as well. Where is their chest facing? Where is their hips facing? The next step after that is really trying to think of the shoulders as separate elements from the angle of the body. So what I mean by this is I can angle my body, for example, like this. Okay, there's my line of action of the shoulders. Except I could also move my shoulders the other way. So do this. So even though my body is angled this way, get it right with the camera, I can push my shoulders so now it's angled the opposite way, even though my body is still the same. So this is very important when it comes to posing because you want to be able to think of where your shoulders are. So normally when I'm drawing now, I will think of like the torso right there, and then I will add in the mass of the shoulders separately right there. And that helps me plan those out as well. Now, those are really big shoulders. They're not going to, and I'm not even sharing my screen. Yeah, there we go. That would help. You'd think I've been doing this for years. I'd get used to sharing the screen when I should. So like I was saying, mark the middle sections of the body here so you can see the twist, and then draw the shoulders on top. So let me do that again here. So draw the body. Again, it's just, I like to keep it as a simple bean shape. So you have the body here. You can add the head over top. And then the shoulders are just a mass that I draw over and behind the body here. This way I can push, for example, the shrug of the character. If they're really shrugging and, I don't know, putting their shoulders up. Or we could go the other way and really push those down if they're supposed to be relaxed in there. But it's all kind of built on that bean shape or that simplified form. So when you're first starting out, if you're really wanting to draw thumbnails and you can't draw, keyhole drawings. Those are really all you need.